Here's the full story of Tekken's King.
Okay. I won't let you go on.
King made his appearance in the very first Tekken game, released in 1994. King is a mysterious masked wrestler. While he is an unstoppable force in the squared circle, outside of the ring, he is a kind-hearted young man who takes pride in taking care of orphans. Before that, he was just a street-fighting brawler who, after collapsing in front of a monastery, realized that this was not a way to live and ultimately became a priest. We learned that in the past, the wrestler himself was an orphan and was adopted by a compassionate family. He enters the first King of Iron Fist tournament in order to fund an orphanage. Parallel to the story, King's longtime rival, Armor King, whose eye was crushed by his nemesis some time ago, also enters the tournament, thirsty for revenge. The two finally battled, and King emerged victorious, claiming third place in the tournament.
You win.
King wasn't successful in winning the first tournament, but he continued to fund the orphanage with the money he earned from pro wrestling. Unfortunately, that wasn't quite enough, as not only did the establishment face financial hardship, but one of the children passed away within his care, a fact that pushed King over the edge and made him start abusing alcohol. His former wrestling rival, Armor King, was the one who helped him get back on track by handing him a flyer in an alleyway for an upcoming martial arts tournament. King entered the tournament, but ended up losing and resorted to teaching orphan kids fighting self-defense skills. Some time has passed, and a newly excavated ancient mystical creature, Ogre, murdered many fighters around the world to absorb their ki, one of them unfortunately being King. In Tekken 3, we get introduced to a new King, a young man who was raised in the original King's orphanage and who took on a mantle of King to keep the orphanage running, but he unfortunately lost every fight due to inexperience. Armor King took it upon himself to further train King II, and once he was ready, revealed to him that it was Ogre who killed his mentor. The now 28-year-old entered the third King of Iron Fist tournament to avenge his master's death.
King, who was also a formidable fighter, was killed by Ogre.
During the events of Tekken 4, Armor King was involved in a bar fight in Arizona and was killed by Craig Marduk, who was sentenced 10 years in prison. After learning this, King swore to exact revenge on Marduk and bribed judiciaries in order to release him 8 years early. Once released, Marduk was given a plane ticket and a newspaper article informing him of the fourth King of Iron Fist tournament. The two came face-to-face with King emerging victorious, while Marduk was hospitalized. The wrestler visited the hospital in order to kill his nemesis, but changed his mind last second, as he realized revenge was not the answer. During Tekken 5, Marduk entered a Veil Tudo tournament with Armor King's replica mask, defeated everyone violently, and challenged King to a rematch. King, enraged by Craig's mocking, accepts, and the two settle their feud in the fifth King of Iron Fist tournament, where King was once again victorious. Although this time, the rivals exchange a friendly handshake after their match, ending their long-lasting heated conflict. In Tekken 6, after returning from the match, Craig Marduk was attacked in the waiting room by an unknown assailant who appeared to be the man he murdered in Arizona. King was furious at this and vowed to find the person responsible for attacking his now partner, but to no avail. Once the sixth tournament was announced, Marduk invited King to participate, hoping that the mystery attacker would perhaps reveal himself. After the wrestler discovered a photograph of two Armor Kings, he headed to his mentor's grave, where he found Marduk and Armor King confronting each other. Armor King revealed that the person Craig Marduk had killed was actually his older brother. In Tekken 7, Marduk and Armor King engaged in a brutal battle, and both of them ended up in a dire need of medical assistance. With his eyes on the cash prize, King entered the seventh King of Iron Fist tournament in order to fund both Marduk and Armor King's surgeries, as well as to keep his orphanage afloat, which also was in danger due to the war that Jin Kazama started during the sixth installment.
Fear and hatred enveloped the globe, filling it with despair.
In Tekken 8, the war between the Mishima Zaibatsu and the G Corporation has unfortunately raised the number of children in need of a foster home. King enters the eighth tournament, as he needs the money to fund the orphanage now more than ever. The wrestler is seeking like-minded people as allies to assist him in achieving his goal.